Good evening, everyone. I'm streaming live on Twitch because I'm going to be doing some gaming. Um, Hope everyone is having a good night so far and everything is going good. Didn't really broadcast it, but hey, those who subscribe will get it. Uh, first off, talk about this month's drawing. It's going to be the end of the month, which I suppose is going to be a busy day for me, because we're closing on the sale of the property that I'm selling, and it's sold more for the asking price, which I'm happy about. So a lot of people were interested. So that's a good thing. That's going to help out with stuff here in the house that we really need to get fixed, uh, and make this a healthier and safer house. Uh, our HVAC unit had the return under the slab. So we had a slab leak, which was right under that return, and it flooded it close to where the AC was. And it wasn't at the time that they were using the metal uh, deals. It was the earlier where they were using kind of like a cardboard sleeve to do the concrete around. And that water just soaked into it, and you know if we run the AC, it just smells horrid. So part of that money is going to get us a new HVAC systems put into the house, and where we can actually do everything through the ceiling. So uh, the house did go to an investor. So if you're in the Lubbock area and you want a place to rent, uh, the girls are moving out because they found a cheaper place to go, and they really didn't want to deal with a new landlord. So uh, and they have a place to go, and they told me they did. So and I'm happy for them. We're going to help them move out and give them any support we can. But the house is going to be rentable, and if you're interested, you can talk to our realtor. She's going to help find someone to get into the house to rent it. So that's news on that front. Next thing is feeling much better today, and doing a lot better, and uh, you know still tired because today was just a busy day, because we got one person out here to quote out the HVAC system. Uh, so down below, if you made it this far down here on YouTube, when I post this on YouTube, is the subscribe button. And if you want to be entered into the contest at the end of the month for the dice bag and set of dice and the D&D theme towel, uh, please make yourself viewable and uh, to the channel. And hey, thank you. I am doing much better. And your name will be in the basket to for the end of the month drawing. So Nikki the Nelson, like that. Hope I said that right. Correct me if I did not. But anyway, Karen did receive her bracelets, and let's see if I can't uh, bring up a picture of that. I did post it on my Facebook, so if you're a Facebook subscriber, uh, you would have probably seen it on my Facebook. Let's see if I can't get it to pop up. There it is. So let me go over to the game screen. There we go. There's a picture of her having it on, and it looks like I might have to be making more of those in the future. I don't know. Uh, uh, I'll have to get to the maker of the tool because I borrowed the tool to do that from uh, uh, Randall Gustafson. So thank you so much for that. And I'll be giving that back to him this weekend. And hopefully, in the next few weeks, I'll be buying me my set of Star Wars and Star Trek tools to do bracelets like that. Oh, thank you. Sometimes I mispronounce stuff or say things wrong, but that's the way things are going. I'm about to do some Minecrafting and getting onto a server, and I'm really not sure which server I want to play. I mean, uh, my friend John has an interesting server, and I'm in a jungle area, so that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can bring it up with this other tool. I know they did an update, and I don't know if they update this loader. Nope, can't use this current version, so I might have to update that my client. So, boohoo. But I'll probably get that later on. It's just nice for coordinates and knowing where you're at. Uh, so, but I'm happy that my house is going to be under contract and that money is going to be there to fix stuff at the house and also help out with medical bills. Uh, it was a decision that we made because uh, really at the rent that I was charging and what I was paying on mortgage, every year I was losing money, and this past year was really bad because we had the hot water heater go out, the AC go out, we had plumbing issues in the bathroom, and that was just a lot of money. I think close to about $2,100, uh, which just blows my profit off the chart. Uh, so I lost big this past year on that house, and it's good that we're getting rid of it. It's a payment that we don't have to pay, and usually I did a lot of the maintenance work myself, but now I'm not able to, which makes it even more expensive. Ah, there we are. This is my little tree house, and I was out gathering wood earlier, and take that wood and turn it into planks. Ooh, lots of planks. Take half of that, turn it into some sticks. Ah, so I can make tools. And go make some jungle fences so I can fix up the decor in my little place here. I get that one on the outside. So this was a abandoned house that I found and just took possession of. So that's all taken care of. Let's see. Good. Supper's giving me hiccups. Had canes. Love the canes. But sometimes it will give me the hiccups. So this is the first level, and look out to the jungle, and nice and pretty. Keep supplies up here. Then go up to the top of this tree. It's very high. Ah, and we have more jungle. But yet, I planted tree upon tree. I'm crazy that way. How high can we go? And we're at the top of this tree. I don't think I can make that jump to that water from here. So I think I'll go back down. But This is a little bit better. It's kind of like an elevator. And then back around this way. Go back to supply floor and then down to the house. Go through the house. Go down to the basement. So basically, I'm doing all right. Back pain subsided. Really getting not really getting used to sleeping setting up. I do sleep better in a recliner just because it keeps me from trying to roll over to my side as a side sleeper. So that I might have to get me a recliner for the bedroom, uh, so that so when I'm having a restless night, I could just go to it and keep myself from wrenching my back. Uh, but my bed is actually a pretty good bed. The mattress is a hybrid memory foam and spring, and to be honest with you, it is so very nice to sleep on compared to hospital beds. Well, this is cool. Oh wow, who would have thunk? A jungle in a cave. This is pretty cool. Grass and everything. Wow. Yeah, I just could never sleep on my stomach. It just never worked for me. And I've tried, but a lot of it was is that I had a beer gut back then, and now I have a my peg tube or junior. If you go with the SG1 phrase or Stargate SG1, because now I'm a Jaffa with a junior in my belly. I think that is just the coolest way to explain that to people. This little tube snake that I can put food in. And I don't know if I mean, I could show, how that works and how ballast feeding works uh, on my channel. And I might do that because it's not really that disgusting. It's just different. So, and that's what people need to realize is that, you know, it's keeping me alive. And it's something that you have to maintain even if you're eating real food. But when you're on chemo, you do get really nauseous and you get to the point where nothing sounds appeasing or tasteful. And I get this weird numb feeling on my tongue when I'm on chemo, and it's kind of weird, really bizarre. And it's not until like Wednesdays or Thursdays that sensation stops. That's where it really hampers me out. And I need to check something on the calendar before I go crazy. That's January because work has been stupid crazy. Because we're in February. Oh, I'll do that early Friday or do that Monday. Okay. Got a weird request issue of of changing a distribution list into to a functional mailbox, and the problem with it is caching in Outlook could really muck things up. So I really need to talk to the NSC and say, hey, you need to go clear everybody's cache in Outlook so it doesn't autocomplete and put in the list of people, or not resolve that list. But so far, I seem pretty cognitive and moving really good. Also trying to keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, yeah. It, 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 that's what my thinking is, and the one of the drawbacks of having a peg tube or feeding tube is that when you first start putting food in it, it can cause nausea, and it is one of the drawbacks of it. But well, I'm on chemo on hellacious nausea medicine, anti-nausea medicine anyway. So, but still, it's a working device that's keeping me alive, and it's reversible. You know, of course, I'll have a higher up belly button after I get it done. Be like one of those James Bond villains. He has a second belly button. Don't know if you watched any of the old James Bond, or the second nipple, or third nipple. I've heard of that one too. But anyway, that's where things are going right now, and I'm feeling very positive today. A lot more than I did yesterday, because yesterday was nerve-wracking when you put your house on the market, and uh, you're hoping that a house on the market, and you're hoping that it does good, and then you get shocked when uh, the market out here is just a point blank seller's market, and people are just eating up houses. I mean, and I was quite surprised at what it went for, and it's really going to help me out and help out the family, and uh, hopefully get us in a good spot that we have money in the bank in case of emergencies, uh, to pay the fees you have to pay when you go to the doctor nowadays. I mean, uh, your deductible fees for the emergency room is $150, for my insurance, and actually that's cheap nowadays. But I remember it was $50, and when I first started at Texas Tech, it was $50, and it went up to 100, and now it's 150. So a part of that's abuse of using the emergency room instead of going to a clinic, and there's no excuse where I live. There are so many clinics. Uh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Uh, you know, you sit there and your nerves just bouncing on selling a house there. Sorry, topic change, but you posted something. I looked, uh, and I'm just glad that it's going to be. Ooh, uh, I think we're looking at a closing date of the 28th. Uh, so the end of the month, and it was a straight up cash offer from an investor. He really liked the house, and uh, basically, I'm leaving the appliance that were in there, the washer and dryer and refrigerator, all those are staying with it so that he can be more marketable to rent it to new renters, and it has everything that the renters need to get going if it's a college student or a small family. You know, they have a washer dryer there, stuff like that. So uh, I think our next point is that inspection and then uh, and everything else. But he's paying all the fees and everything. It's a really nice cash offer, and uh, it you know at my mind it was the best decision to go uh, because everybody likes the word cash. But going back into the cancer stuff, yeah, I want to educate people on the on my little feeding tube, and also educate them. I really need to talk to the people at the cancer center and see if I'm able to do any filming there. It would be a film and upload to YouTube to my Frak Cancer channel. But I really believe that when you do something like that and show it to people of what a real cancer center looks like compared to your drama TV. Uh, uh, a lot of time, drama TV doesn't get things 100% correct. Uh, you know, my favorite remark is that uh, stage 4 cancer is not a death sentence. It is that your cancer has spread to other organs. It doesn't mean that you're going to have uh, a short time to live, especially if you have a cancer that is fightable. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You won't see me looking at them uh poking me with the needle. I'll have my eyes closed and I'll have someone else film. I'd probably have to get someone who's familiar with the video camera and taking videos, and I might have someone next month to help me out with that. My sister's coming down to help out my mom, and I might could talk her into going up to the cancer center for one of my visits, and see if I can't get approval to film and do stuff uh, there, and actually show you uh, what the cancer center here at University Medical Center looks like, uh, which is Lubbock, Texas. If you don't know, that's where I live. You can find out on Facebook, especially if you watch my videos. It's down in the description. Uh, I'm trying not to hide anything. I do have a decent job, but those who know anything about higher education and those who actually are the IT people in higher education, a lot of us don't make really big money compared to the private sector. Uh, I could make more money going to the private sector, but I wouldn't have the benefits that I have, especially dealing with cancer, that I have with the place I work at. And they are working with me. They are doing everything to keep me healthy and you know and keeping me employed because I do have FMLA. I fill that out for when I'm out for my chemo treatments, and it's just so much support. My boss, I'm working at home. He doesn't want to see me up at work. He says you can do your job at home. I know you can do it because I did it during COVID. So uh, that's did it on this system I'm playing on right now. And the funny thing is that doing streaming is taxing my system more than doing my job, and I have more stuff open. It's just weird because the video codecs and everything just crump down that CPU and just really give it a workout. Uh, that's one reason why with my tax rebate, I'm seriously thinking about upgrading the CPU to a Ryzen 9 5900 and putting on a good cooling system and refreshing all the fans in it to give it kind of like a refresh and up the memory. Uh, because video editing and doing streaming like I am right now is just, oh man, it just absorbs the resources uh, more than I had truly expected. I was kind of shocked, and I usually don't shock that easily when it comes to PCs. Uh, but I definitely want to document everything I'm doing with the cancer and my feelings during the week because uh, if you watch my streams or even watch my videos on YouTube, because I did post up a few videos that I did not stream. I just did face videos and just upload them to YouTube. Uh, is because I didn't feel like playing a game or doing any live streaming. And uh, it's not that I was down, I was just exhausted. And a lot of people, and I understand from my son about esports now, playing video games actually takes a lot of mental and sometimes physical energy that you're not really aware of. And that's one reason why I'm playing a relatively simple game, which is Minecraft, as my comparison, because even in the Minecraft sessions, you can see where my judgment and my movements aren't fluid. They might be a little bit jerky, or you might notice other things that I've noticed. I really need to sit down and look at the older videos just to see uh, exactly what's going on. And that's the main reason for me doing it because it's the researcher scientist geek in me uh, coming out. I want to see give my delta variant of the baseline of this is me not on chemo, and then have another comparison of me on chemo on making the decisions in game of which way to go, what item I'm pulling, and what I'm doing. And I think I've already been down here, but I'm just going to double check. Uh, and making some of the cognitive decisions, I've actually got lost in chemo and had to come back to it because I couldn't find my way out, which is kind of funny in a way. Oh, my little inside jungle. It's so pretty. With lava. Yeah, and it can be, and that exhaustion really shows wearing chemo because you're already at that point of just being, at your body's limit because of the chemo being that poison uh, that's basically stripping away your energy. And oh, look at those fishies. Uh, and I just find it very surprising of being on chemo and not lasting as long as it when I'm just regular. And even now, my endurance level on playing video games isn't what it used to be because I could sit down for hours upon hours. I, I was almost, well, actually, Karen, remember that time that you played EverQuest all night long and I came to pick you up? Yeah, I'm gonna just point that out because she got the prize from last month, and uh, I actually worked for with her in Phoenix, Arizona, and before our call center was basically out outsourced, I could say, or closed down there, and we had options to move or go, but she moved before that. She moved to Pennsylvania because of a particular lover, which her wife. Oh, well, that wasn't smart. Come on, get me on that lily. There we go. But you sit there and you think about it. I think it's a good testing point for reflexes and abilities in the video game to show the dynamic of where your brain's going and what you're doing, and also finding out little things of like how do you get out of a situation uh, when you're in that state of mind. Uh, I try to stay home when I'm on chemo as well. I'm gonna have to get me some iron tools for that. So much pretty stuff around here. Now we need to eat. Uh, Another thing I have to worry about is my digestive system, uh, the probiotics and everything like that. Uh, Vitamins and keeping myself healthy when I'm not on chemo, so that when I do go on chemo and get that, what I call that session of death to your body, uh, my body can handle it. And to me, that's just as important as the chemo itself is to keep your body healthy, but also your mental mind sharp. And actually, playing games helps with mental health, believe it or not. Parents, I said that. I'm a 51-year-old man that said video games help out mental health. The good games do. There's some, I'm not into the fear slasher games. Sorry. I think those are a little bit too much. And there's some games over in Japan that are not allowed in the United States for a reason. And I'm not going to say what it is, but they should not be made. Uh, we need an axe. I need a pick. I need a shovel. Move this over. Shovel. Wait. Oh, that's a stone shovel. Go away. That's a stone pickaxe. Didn't want those. Need a metal shovel. Metal pickaxe. Uh, Sword. And hoe. Now, clear all this stuff out. And we just load these up here. and this is a mod on my friend's server that is a multi-tool. It's a plugin that he put into his server that is actually quite ingenious. But it makes it so that you can make a multi-tool. They last a little bit longer because they have the capacity of all the items. A little bit costly to make, but it helps when you're doing the mining and stuff. Uh, so let's see here. Plans for peg tube feeding. If I don't write it down, it's not going to happen. Uh, filming in. Okay, so have those things down. And I'll see what I can do on that. Uh, could possibly also talk my brother into helping me out with that video, just because I know he would probably be game to help me out with that. And the video of the cancer center, I've done a small one, but it wasn't showing the process of getting my port tube access, which mine is unique because it's in my right arm, and it's actually in a very sensitive place when you think about it. Uh, Even a friend of mine, she gets tattoos, and uh, here I'm gonna go like this, and I'm just gonna go to the face camera right here, and basically you see that little bump there. That's my access port on my arm, and you know, accessing it is a little bit different than the one on the chest. Uh, the nurse isn't reaching over or anything. I'm just over here, close my eyes, and just got my arm out like this. I'm looking the other way, eyes closed, and they access it. Most of the nurses there are great pokers with the needle, which is a good thing because uh, a funny thing is, I'm I'm definitely afraid of needles, and I will admit to it 100%. Even my friends from high school know I'm afraid of needles. Hell, they poked me to see what blood I have, and actually I have a good blood to donate. Not now, but did, which I think I'm O positive, which is one of the universal donors, I do believe. But uh, my problem is that I couldn't donate because as soon as I saw the needles, Chuck went out. You test for my blood type, Chuck goes out if I'm looking at it. And right now, there's one person at the lab that is phenomenal. I don't look. He goes through. He takes my blood samples. Next thing I know, he's putting the tape on, and I'm walking out the door. You know, uh, it's I have to applaud nurses that are good at their craft, uh, because that is a hard thing to get down where you can actually stick somebody, hit the vein, get the blood, and pull out, and you don't even feel it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We might have to meet up because you know that might be a possibility. of some of the things. I'm really trying to document everything, and it's not like I'm trying to document because I think I'm going to die. I'm documenting it as an educational point, and so that when I beat cancer, I can look back at this and go, "This was my journey. This is what I did," and you know, I can show it to other people and have it available to other people to see that every cancer is different. And I'd really like to get other cancer survivors or people who are currently or cancer survivors in remission, because you you really you really don't get to say that you're 100%. You're just in remission, because sooner or later the ugly C will show up again. Uh, and that's part of the game. It's if I can get more people educated on the different forms of cancer and the different processes that people go through, because I've met so many up at the cancer center that are going through either pill chemo or they're going through radiation treatment. My coworker's wife uh, just passed away a few weeks ago from digestive cancer. This was in her digestive tract, and it was one of the rare ones. And this is the server I'm playing on, is his, because he would use this to get his mind off of what was going on with his wife. Uh, and I kept my server up when his server went down when he was in Dallas, and while he was waiting to get in for her quadruple heart valve replacement because it got damaged during the radiation treatment. So, it's stories like that that, you know, kind of kind of hit home, but it also tells you that, you know, there are some cancers the fight kills you, and that's the life of it. I'm not going to let it kill me. Uh, and I made that decision early on, especially with the pig tube. I almost had to do it anyway because the thing about it is that when I went in the hospital early in October, I was having problems drinking water and actually getting water down me. And uh, it's a scary thing when you're not able to drink water. It is petrifying. It's yeah. I think I'm going to the emergency room now. You know, and that second go was the time that they actually uh, found uh, the cancer, because they actually did a CT scan with contrast. And do not like the emergency room. Do not like going to the emergency room because they always want to IV me in the emergency room. Uh, and IV needles are evil needles. But anyway, that's the goes and everything on that front. Uh, my friends with the 501st, and I know there's a Comic Con coming up at Yellow City Comic Con in Amarillo. It's coming up in April. They have some good guests there, so uh, I got to look at my calendar, and when chemo hits, depends on how active I will be there. I might be stuck in a hotel room wearing my N95 mask most of the time, except for the brief times that I go out there and possibly meet some of their guests, which they have a surprisingly nice guest list. Uh, I I don't know if you watch Generations, but the one that played Tasha Yar is going to be there. So it should be a good Comic-Con. So, well, okay. So, uh, Nikki, the thing about it is you need to email me, Charles at wolfandshell.net, uh, and we'll start conversing at that point, and we'll see what you can do on helping filming. Part of the problem with the Cancer Center is that only one person can go back there with me. So that's something that we have to talk about and everything. So, and we also have to get that permission first because I'm not going to film in the hospital unless I have the appropriate permission. So, uh, we'll start conversing on email, and possibly I can do a Teams meeting with you, and we'll get things situated and see what we can do on that. So, and that was the wife that just walked in. So, what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening, since I just finished watching the last episode of Boba Fett. If you haven't watched Boba Fett on Disney Plus, my God, watch it. Uh, Also, remember YouTube, subscribe. Uh, there will be Nikki the Nelson. There's also information in my Facebook page and linked in the YouTube videos. So if you want to go to those and see them, yeah, I'll take any help on helping the documentation. I like to keep it as raw as possible because I'm a realist. I don't want to cause what media likes to call a drama show. But talk to you online, and give me a second here. Yeah, go ahead and add you a friend. Let's see. Where can I do a message here? I don't know if I'm not real good on this, but let's see. Oh, there we go. Cool. Do that over to the side. But anyway, uh, I just sent you a friend request, so hopefully that goes through. If you don't use Facebook, we can converse via email. And like I said, we can do a Teams video conference. My camera, come on, focus. We can do a Teams meeting and see how things go and take it from there. Hey, y'all have a great evening. I am going to call it quits for this evening. It's been fun. It's been great. Still fighting the fight. Still doing what I have to do. So y'all stay strong and I'll stay strong. All right? Keep it good.